personality types of Myers Briggs. I thought it would be a fun way to just get to know me a little again, and also just get some relaxing tingles. I've got the test on my iPad, so I will get to it and I'll read out the questions. Alright, first questions. You regularly make new friends. I've got agree or disagree on either side, and the way it works is that I will look at whether it's in the middle or not. Hopefully that makes sense. I would say I disagree. I don't make friends very often, and the people who are my friends are quite close-knit cycle, and I sort of keep to myself quite a bit. Complex and novel ideas excite you more than simple and straightforward ones. I would say agree. I like to explore things and think about things deeply and sort of contemplate stuff. You usually feel more persuaded by what resonates emotionally with you than by factual arguments. That is true. I think I am quite emotion driven, though I'd say I follow my gut, but at the same time I like hard facts. I'm going to go slightly agree. Your living and working spaces are clean and organised. I'd say middle. You usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. I can do at work, I do, but I feel like outside of work I don't. Not necessarily. I'm gonna say middle again. You find the idea of networking or promoting yourself to strangers very daunting. Agree, definitely. I'm not massive on networking and small talk. I do find it quite difficult. Alright, you prioritize and plan tasks effectively, often completing them well before the deadline. Yes, I would say so. People's stories and emotions speak louder to you than numbers or data. I'd say so. You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. Definitely like to do schedules and lists. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. Big agree. Big agree. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. I'd say disagree. You are not too interested in discussions about various interpretations or creative works. I am quite interested in that, so I would say disagree. You prioritize facts over people's feelings when determining a course of action. I'd say disagree. I think I do like to think about people's feelings. You often allow the day to unfold without any schedule at all. I do that. I would say slight agree. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. Disagree. I do worry quite a bit. You enjoy participating in team-based activities. Slightly disagree. You enjoy experimenting with new and untested approaches. I quite like my sort of ways that I've already tried, I think. I know it's good to try new ways of things, and obviously things change in the world all the time, and it's good to be adapting. It's good to be able to adapt to things, but I quite like tried and tested. So I'm gonna say you enjoy experimenting with new and untested approaches. Not necessarily, I don't. You prioritize being sensitive over being completely honest. It's true, I do feel like that's one of my weaknesses actually. You actively seek out new experiences and knowledge areas to explore. Not sure about experiences, but knowledge I would say yes. So I'm gonna go slightly agree. You are prone to worrying that things will turn for the worse. Agree. You enjoy solitary hobbies or activities more than group ones. Agree. You cannot imagine yourself writing fictional stories for a living. I think disagree. I have quite a good imagination, I'd say. You favour efficiency in decisions, even if it means disregarding some emotional aspects. I do like efficiency though, but I'm gonna go middle. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. Ooh, slightly agree. Let's go with next. We're halfway through. In disagreements, you prioritize proving your point over preserving the feelings of others. No, I'd say middle. You usually wait for others to introduce themselves first at social gatherings. Absolutely. Your mood can change very quickly. Yeah. You are not easily swayed by emotional arguments. Disagree. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. I do sometimes find that I struggle with procrastination, to be fair. Last possible moment, but not last possible moment. Disagree. You enjoy debating ethical dilemmas. Yeah, definitely. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. I'd say I disagree. You become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. No, I disagree. When facts and feelings conflict, you usually find yourself following your heart. Yeah, I'd say so. You find it challenging to maintain a consistent work or study schedule. Well, I work a 9 to 5, so my schedule is quite fixed. I'm gonna go middle. You rarely second guess the choices that you made. I always second guess the choices I make. So I'm gonna disagree. Your friends would describe you as lively and outgoing. I'd probably disagree with that. You are drawn to various forms of creative expression, such as writing. Yeah, I'd say so. You usually base your choices on objective facts rather than emotional impressions. I'd slightly disagree. You like to have a to-do list for each day. I do like a to-do list, to be fair. So I'm going to slightly agree. You rarely feel insecure, and I will disagree. You avoid making phone calls. I'd say so. I would much rather email people. You enjoy exploring unfamiliar ideas and viewpoints. Yeah, I'd say so. You can easily connect with people you have just met. I disagree, it's really hard. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. Yeah, I would say so. I can be a bit rigid. You are still bothered by mistakes that you made a long time ago. I'm gonna slightly agree. You are not too interested in discussing theories on what the world could look like in the future. What the world could look like in the future. I disagree. I like to talk about what the world could look like in the future. And I like to talk about how the world was and how it is now. So if that's something that you guys are interested in hearing, just, contemplating stuff or whisper rambles about, the state of the world and how I see things and views, and then let me know down below. Because I love a good ramble. Your emotions control you more than you control them. I slightly agree, I do think so. When making decisions, you focus more on how the affected people might feel than what is most logical or efficient. I do like to be logical and efficient as well. And that doesn't mean that I am a cold person, I would say. I'm gonna go middle. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized and consistent effort. Yes, I would say so, especially recently. I feel like recently actually it's been quite different, whereas I used to be quite consistent. But recently I feel like I get these, especially in the afternoon slots, where I am really energized and motivated to work. Um, and I do my best work then, and I feel accomplished. Whereas I used to maybe be a bit like stable in my work, I think, whereas now it can sort of like spike and stay up, I'd say, till the end of the day, maybe. I don't know. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take them to feel disappointed in you. This is getting deep. I feel called out, but yes. You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. Agree. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. No, definitely not. I think it's so good to do. People who have very rich inner life, I think that's a blessing. And yeah, I think there's a lot of torment that comes with this rich inner life. But actually, it is nice to have different perspectives and be able to consider different sort of ideas. But yeah, like I said, it can be quite tormenting and sort of thinking about things all the time, which is what I struggle with. You feel more drawn to busy, bustling atmospheres than to quiet, intimate places. Disagree. If a decision feels right to you, you often act on it without needing further proof. Disagree. You often feel overwhelmed. I'd say maybe yes, agree. You complete things methodically without skipping over any steps. I can be like that. You prefer tasks that require you to come up with creative solutions rather than follow concrete steps. Middle. You are more likely to rely on emotional intuition than logical reasoning when making a choice. Middle. You struggle with deadlines. Disagree. You feel confident that things will work out for you. Oh, disagree. Optional. Get results. Okay. Right, let's see my results. I am INFJ, the advocate. Ta-da! Let's read through it, shall we? INFJ T. As an advocate, you possess a unique combination of idealism and insight that sets you apart in today's world. Your rich inner life is characterized by complex emotions, vivid imagination, and a deep well of some empathy that allows you to connect with others on a profound level. You have an unwavering commitment to your principles and an intense desire to make a positive impact on the world around you. Your natural ability to understand and interpret the feelings and motivations of others is both a gift and a challenge. While it enables you to form deep, meaningful connections and offer invaluable support to those around you, it can also leave you feeling overwhelmed by the emotions and needs of others. You often find yourself torn between your desire to help and your need for privacy and solitude. I've got 97% introverted. I've got 75% intuitive, 68 feeling, 60 judging, and 92% turbulent. Oh no. Your perfectionist tendencies drive you to constantly improve yourself and the world around you. This relentless pursuit of growth and meaning can be both exhilarating and exhausting. You have a knack for seeing potential and possibilities where others may not, but you may struggle to bring your visionary ideas into reality due to self-doubt or fear of criticism. Isn't that everyone though? I feel like it is everyone. Doesn't everyone just have like this self-doubt? If you don't, then let me know below, because I would love to talk to you or get sort of into your head and see how the hell you live your life, because it must be so different without the self-doubt. You possess a rare combination of creativity and analytical ability. Your intuitive understanding of complex systems and human nature allows you to devise innovative solutions to challenging problems. However, your sensitivity to criticism and tendency to internalize stress can sometimes hold you back from fully expressing your unique gifts. Learning to balance your idealism and practicality and self-care is a key part of your personal journey. A career path. In your professional life, you're driven by a deep-seated need to find work that aligns with your values and allows you to make a meaningful difference. You thrive in environments that offer opportunities for personal growth, creativity, and a chance to positively impact others' lives. Your natural empathy and insight make you particularly well suited for roles in counseling, healthcare, education, and non-profit organizations. However, your idealism can sometimes clash with the realities of the working world. You may struggle with mundane tasks or office politics, preferring to focus on the bigger picture and long-term goals. Finding a balance between your need for meaningful work and the practical aspects of a career is crucial for your professional satisfaction. Look for opportunities that allow you to exercise your creativity and work independently while still contributing to a larger purpose. My strengths are insightful problem solving, dedication to meaning, thoughtful communication, high ethical standards, creative perspective, reliable follow through. And my weaknesses, sensitive to negative feedback, yes. Struggling to delegate, so true. Overlooking small wins, yeah. Discomfort with self-promotion, this is such a call out. Avoiding routine tasks, idealistic expectations, this is so true. Your personal growth. Your journey of personal growth is deeply intertwined with your quest for authenticity and self-understanding. You have an innate drive to continually improve yourself and actualize your potential. This often involves deep introspection, exploring your complex emotions, and striving to align your actions with your core values. Your growth path may lead you to explore various philosophies, spiritual practices, or creative pursuits as you seek to understand yourself and your place in the world. A key challenge in your personal development is learning to balance your idealistic nature with practical realities. This might involve developing assertiveness skills to express your needs and set boundaries, or cultivating resilience to handle criticism and setbacks. Embracing imperfection and learning to value your unique gifts without constant comparison to others are also important steps on your path to self-acceptance and fulfillment. Core strengths as reflective self-awareness, inner courage, deep imagination, openness to new ideas, committed to improving, intuitive trust, and weaknesses as self-doubt, unrealistic personal standards, suppressing negative feelings, sensitive to imperfections, overextending yourself, reluctant to seek support. Relationships. In your relationships, you seek deep, authentic connections that go beyond surface-level interactions. Your empathy and intuitive understanding of others make you a valued friend and partner, capable of offering profound insights and unwavering support. You have a gift for creating safe spaces where others feel comfortable sharing their true selves, and you derive great satisfaction from helping those close to you grow and flourish. However, your own need for privacy and tendency to keep your innermost thoughts and feelings hidden can sometimes create barriers in your relationships. You may struggle to open up fully, fearing vulnerability or misunderstanding. Finding a balance between your desire for deep connections and your need for independence and alone time is crucial for your relationship satisfaction. Learning to communicate your needs clearly and managing your idealistic expectations of others will help you build and maintain the meaningful, fulfilling relationships you crave. Right. You can unlock the rest of the guide for £9. We won't be doing that. Advocates you might know, so I've got Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, Marie Kondo, Lady Gaga, Nicole Kidman, Morgan Freeman, Jon Snow, James Wilson, Aragorn, Galadriel from Lord of the Rings, Rose from Titanic, Desmond Hume from Lost, Michael Scofield from Prison Break, and Matthew Murdock from Daredevil. So, that was me taking the Myers Briggs test. I hope you guys enjoyed that. There was a lot of reading on this one, so hopefully that was something that you guys enjoy. I had a lot of fun taking this, and I'm sure I will go through the results and learn that bit more about myself. I hope you guys have a good night and were able to relax. I shall see you soon. Cheerio.